It's not the small one. It's large, jumbo, extra large. This is the Large Wooden Belt Jig by Weaver Leather Supply. Hey everyone, welcome back to the workshop. My name is John with Justin Nazarene Leather Company. And that's right, today we are talking about the large size wooden belt jig by Weaver Leather Supply. So I'm going to run you through some of the things I like about it, how it works, and then a couple modifications that I either have done or will do on camera. All right, to show you how I think I can make this a little bit more functional to fit my needs. Let's talk about it. This is the large size wooden belt jig by Weaver Leather Supply. So it actually comes in two different pieces, and you can obviously see this one is longer than the other. The base piece with this trough cut out in it is about a meter long. It's a little over 39.5 inches. Whereas this piece is just about 48.5 inches. All right. You'll see that this trench, let me go this way, you can probably see it. It tapers, starts out wider at this end and goes down and narrows here. You'll notice there is a similar taper on this insert piece. So it's very simple. This piece simply goes inside the trough, all right? The beveled end, let me show you this. All right, the beveled end like that. Oh, focus. And then the flat end should be flush with this front edge here, all right? And then this back beveled piece runs almost flush there, all right? So the way that this works with this angle, it allows this front edge of this piece to remain parallel to this front piece of the trough, allowing you to wedge in various thicknesses of leather to keep it steady so that you don't have the edges of long straps and belts and things flopping around while you're trying to dye the edges or burnish the edges, paint the edges with an edge coat, anything like that. So it can work for a variety of thicknesses. All right, so I've got in here an 1.5 inch belt blank. And so you slide this in and give this end a little tug and it will wedge into place. And so now whatever work that I need to do along this edge, I can simply burnish that, I can dye it, I can apply some type of edge coat, some type of edge paint, some type of wax, gum tragacanth. I can apply different items to the edge and burnish this down, and I don't have to worry about my belt flopping back and forth. All right, now this is ideal for belt blanks. This is an 1.5 inch belt, 1.25 inch would still work fine. What I found, because I actually had some stuff to do with 1 inch straps, and so if you put a 1 inch strap down in here, it's hard to do while holding a camera, but you can probably already see it, wedge this into place. Yeah, I can't access my edge here. All right, so actually this is a little bit more than 1 inch deep right there. So what I found a workaround for that is whatever material I was using, the same thickness as this is 9 to 10 ounce. I got a little scrap piece. So this is a little bit more than 1/4. This might be 3/8 of an inch strip of leather that then I can tuck down in there. And then when I put this inch piece back in, now I have, let me cinch that down, now I have an edge that I can work with. All right, so yeah, if you're doing any 1 inch straps, it's good to have a little extra piece just to give you some height right there. Well, let's talk about some modifications. All right, one I've already made. when you get this thing, it's just 2 pieces of wood. There's no instructions, no nothing like that. It's fairly intuitive. It's not complex, all right? I was able to figure it out. But as I was working with it, I noticed that it would kind of move on me. So I put a rubber base on the bottom. This is Husky brand rubber drawer liner. I got it from Home Depot. All right, there's my seam right there. I just used contact cement to apply this to the wood. I got a 40 grit sandpaper and roughed that up, and then I applied contact cement to both sides, stuck it on there, and then just used a very sharp blade to trim this down. So this way, when this is on my workbench, this doesn't slide back and forth, okay? And so that is one mod that I made to this that I didn't think to roll the camera when I did that, because I wanted to get right to using this when it came in a few weeks back. I actually modified a second part of it, because what I found, when you really wedge in a piece, let me put some leather in here, you will notice my belt blank that I got is longer than the belt jig. All right, so this would be one recommendation I'd make to Weaver. Offer an even larger size than the large, maybe an extra large or jumbo or something like that. Something in the 5 to 6 foot range, probably closer to 6 foot, or if you like keeping with the metric stuff, 2 meters, right? That would ensure very long straps where you wouldn't have to move these down, all right? So one of the limitations of this, because it is only 1 meter long, once I get all of this area dyed, burnished, whatever I'm doing, I then have to unwedge this. So I just kind of have to grab and pull, and it's kind of snug sometimes, all right? Especially if you really tamp that down. You have to use 2 hands, one to brace this so it doesn't move, the other one, see, whole thing, it kind of moved, all right? So I found it kind of annoying to try and get my hand down here all the time, and so I initially, this does not come standard, I initially put a dowel rod in there to give myself some type of handle to move back and forth. And it worked just fine. However, it didn't look good because I didn't drill the hole flush, and so it sat at a weird angle. You should be seeing that. So I decided I wanted to upgrade this and put an actual knob on there. So I went to Hobby Lobby and I got myself a beefy antique brass knob that I'm going to drill a hole in here, and a wider one at the bottom, so that I can thread this nut through, all right? So I'm gonna do that on camera. I took my jigsaw and cut that flush. I sanded it down, and then because I took off some of the coating, I got some polyurethane and coated that back up. So this little piece, this little circle, does not come standard. Neither does the rubber on the bottom. That's something that I have added. And so, yeah, let's get to this. Alright, that's how it turned out. So I used a Forstner bit to drill a flat bottom hole here. First I drilled a smaller pilot hole all the way through. That's because the Forstner bit needs a section right in the center to help guide, so it'll bite in and doesn't skip all over the place. So I drilled that pilot hole in first. It was like 7/64. Drilled in this hole, just the thickness of the head of the Forstner bit, and then I went through with the correct size bit, 3/16, I think it was, to go all the way through, and yeah, was able to tighten it in with a socket. So that's in place. It's sturdy. Let's see if it works. It's a good handle. I like having the handle there better than trying to reach around, especially if I've got a long strap coming through here. I like that better. I could bump it if I need to, take it back. Yeah, it works well. Thanks so much for joining me in the workshop today as I went over the wooden belt jig, the Large Wooden Belt Jig by Weaver Leather Supply, as well as modifying it in 2 different ways. I think it turned out very well. Very pleased with this. I'm looking forward to putting this to a lot more use in the days to come. So yeah, that's it. I'm gonna let you go. My name is John with Justin Nazarene Leather Company. Go with confidence. Bye now.